Hey everyone, CV Tech here. Today I'm doing a little recap video of the ZTE Warp Elite. Now, I bought this phone about a week after it released, and this is actually my second Warp Elite. The first one I got had some issues, and I took it back to the Boost Mobile store, and a lot of them does not want to help you out at all. But after about 30 minutes of arguing with the customers, with the representative, they did offer to exchange it. So this is my second device, and it does run better than the first one that I do have. Now, I will go ahead and tell you some of the issues I've had with this phone. Now, it is ZTE, as most of y'all know, and I'm telling you, some will dismiss it because it is a ZTE and it's not a Samsung. Okay. But anyway, um, the only glitch I've had with this phone really is the screen flicker that I've made mention numerous times. Now, I have got a few comments saying turn off auto brightness. That's the first thing I've done. This is a flicker. It ain't a bright and a dim. It's a flicker. And it's not really got any worse. And as long as it don't bother the screen or the screen don't go out, I'm not worried about it. But it does have a screen flicker, and it does sometimes get on your nerves when you're on there trying to text, or you're on there and you're trying to do something and you see the screen have a little bit of a flick, and it's just kind of annoying. But it's not that bad. It's very bearable, and it is ZTE, and they are lower end Chinese made devices. However, they've came a long way from where they used to be, so I got to give them credit for that. The other issue I have had with this phone is calling somebody. Now, like if I go in here to the dialer and dial in a number and push call, it'll pop up for a second and go right back down to like the call was never made. And I gotta redo it again. I'll push send, phone, and then it'll say calling, no problems at all. So that's a little issue I've had there. Few little glitches in it here and there. No big deal, not an issue. 13 megapixel camera on the rear with flash full 1080. 5 megapixels on the front. I think that also records in full 1080 if I ain't mistaken. And everything else. Now, one thing that I do want to make mention is some like phones that has internal batteries that can't be replaced. And this is not a whole deal about, having to have a power bank or a car charger. This is a fact of when the battery does weaken, and every battery weakens, charge after charge after charge, it's going to eventually going to go bad. So, when a phone like this right here that costs, we'll just say around $200 after tax, um, you know, since the phone is enclosed, the battery's inside. By the time you take it to a boost store or whatever, and they go in there and they decide to change the battery in it, remove the back, change the battery, and all that stuff, you can just go ahead and buy another ZT Warp Elite. I mean, by the time the battery goes bad in it, pretty much you're going to have the newest advanced edition of another Warp device. It's going to run Android M anyway, because ZTE probably won't ever update their Warp Elite to the Android 6.0 Marshmallow update, which it could happen because of the RAM and the internal storage. There's plenty of it to go around, so kind of sucks that they don't sit there and actually care about updating their devices, because this phone right here would it would very willingly accept Android M. However, it's going to be stuck on 5.1, so we got to just deal with that. Now, I have seen phones, that had so I say this phone's 180, okay, and it's probably one of the best phones I've ever bought and ever owned. As far as call quality is really good. I have no problem with reception. I'm always connected to 3G. Well, in my area, 3G. Or when I get out, I'm always on LTE. Always have service. Never run out of service on this phone. Boost Mobile is really doing a good job with enhancing their towers. So anybody who disses Boost Mobile, Sprint, whatever, You must be in a very bad area, of course. Check your coverage maps. Make sure that you are in a good coverage area and that you're not in no service or in a very fair, poor coverage area. Because just because you may live in a bad coverage area does not mean that they suck. It's just that it ain't covered in your area. T-Mobile, this is off topic, but T-Mobile has service everywhere in my state almost, but where I live is a white spot, and there's no service. So, it all depends on where you live. Always check your coverage maps. Back to the ZTE Warp Elite. Like I said, it's been a very smooth phone. I've not had one solid issue with it. I mean, the screen is really good. 720p display, 5.5-inch display, and it's just so smooth that, I mean, it's smoother than any other phone. I mean, if I can go to a phone now, even when I compare it to my HTC Desire 626S that runs a 210 1.1 versus a 410 1.2 with 1.5 gigabytes of RAM with 8 gigs of built-in storage and 2 gigabytes of RAM with 10 gigs, I can tell the big difference between the way these things run. This is a lot faster. This is a lot smoother. However, this phone here is awesome. I'm not downplaying it one bit. It's a great phone. So yeah, like I say, the battery's going to eventually going to get weak. It's built inside, and it's going to cost a whole lot more than it's worth to get it fixed. So therefore, that's why I like buying phones that have removable backs, where you can take the battery out of it and everything like that, and replace it instead of having somebody do it for you. That's all a money racket. That's the way I look at it. It's a way to get more money or for you to buy a new phone. But that's just a little off topic there. Nothing extra for that. So there's not much to really follow up on the ZTE Warp Elite. It still works phenomenally good. Charge lasts, a full day of good use, and so camera takes pretty good shots. Not the greatest in the world, but they're really good. The front facing camera is really good as well. All that stuff. So really no issues. It's been a great phone, very reliable phone, and works when I want it to work, and there's very little lag. So if you're sitting there and you are toying with, well, what phone should I buy? Do I want to spend the extra money, and buy this phone, or do I want to buy this phone? Well, if you want a big phone, 5.5-inch display with 720, that has really double the RAM, double the ROM that you see on a lot of phones today. They cost over $100 anyway. If you buy this phone on sale, for like $109 or $99, I would. This is the definite no-brainer. It's just a really good phone. So anyway, I hope this little recap here helps you out a little bit, especially if you're looking for a phone that is great, very thin. It is kind of big when you put it in your pocket and everything, and kind of has some sharp corners and all that stuff. And a perfect phone. It does have, it does have some lag here and there. Even though it is very smooth, it does lag some. And I've never seen an Android phone that has not lagged. I've even seen some of the flagships like the LG V10, Galaxy S6, Galaxy S5, and all of them phones that has certain lag. So all Android phones lag. But this one right here is a very good price if you want to stay under $200, or even now with some places selling it for under 150. It's a good deal, good price. So if you're pondering on buying this phone, I would not hesitate one bit to say go for it. It's a good phone. I talked too much already. Any questions or comments about this phone again? In the recap video, leave me in the comment section below. If this video helped you out a little bit, give me that thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit that subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. Y'all have a good one. Stay tuned for the next video.